Good evening, Troopers.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, everyone. To start this week's show, in honour of Chris Armstrong's brother Louis, Alan is going to sing a song to summarise our week as a Spurs fan.
It's been a wonderful week. And I said
I
to
think
myself,
what a
wonderful week.
I don't think he's got the dreadlocks like Chris, has he? Have you seen Chris Armstrong recently? He's growing a load of dreadlocks, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, they're growing.
And to summarise us three, Sean's calling us the salty gits. We shall discuss salt, all things salt. Cody, I don't know if you're laughing at the saltiness or the Chris Armstrong gag. Could be either or, as long as you're laughing. Nah, yeah. Spurs on this day in history before we get into the good, exciting stuff. Right, you've got the choice, boys, of 1970 or 2002.
70.
Yeah, 2002 is exceedingly crap. We'll read it out afterwards just for shits and giggles, as they say. 1970, Wednesday, the 23rd of December, Spurs confirmed their passage to the League Cup final. Look at that. Almost topical. By defeating Bristol City in the second leg of the semi-final at White Hart Lane. 2 goals were enough to see Spurs through to Wembley after a score draw at Ashton Gate. The 90 minutes passed without incident, and it would take extra time for the victors to emerge. Martin Chivers and Jimmy Pearce proved to be the difference between the teams as they scored the decisive goals late on to send the Robins crashing out. Are you ready for 2002?
Not really, no.
Let me centre myself. 10 men Spurs hang on for victory at Manchester City in an incident-packed 3-2 win. Steve Howe gives the Blues the lead, but Chris Perry, Simon Davis and Gus Poyet reply for Glenn Hoddle's side, who also see Christian Ziege sent off. Ali Benarbia scores an injury time, but it's too little too late for Manchester City. God.
I was watching the highlights of that earlier, actually, because it was on the Twitter site Tottenham in History.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris Perry's goal was rather nice for a small bloke. He was leaping like a salmon.
Good grief. It's not like him, is it?
Was that
no, it was away, I think.
Oh.
That's not like him, is it?
No.
He was awful, wasn't he? I mean, he makes Eric Dyer look like fucking prime Baresi, doesn't he, Chris Perry? He was awful, wasn't he? I never used to like him. Yeah, dearie me.
He done a job at Wimbledon, but
he was, wasn't he?
It was a different grave, isn't it? You know.
For a centre back, he wasn't very tall, was he? That was the other thing that always struck me. He was obviously supposed to be quick, but I don't remember him being that quick. I don't know what he was good at.
Although, to be honest with you, come on, Anthony Gardner was
tall.
Massive.
Yeah, 6'8".
Bambi on ice.
Oh,
yeah,
Bambi on ice.
Yeah,
he had all the tools, didn't he? He was a big old lad. Where did his career trail off to?
Where did he leave them? I don't know. Where did he leave his tools? Because I just saying, didn't put him on the pitch.
Do you remember that goal he scored against West Ham though? 30-yarder. That was right.
What, Anthony Gardner?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't remember that. I must have.
No, I don't. I must have blocked that one out.
Let me see if I can find it.
Put it out on our Twitter feed because we'll get blocked on me if we put it up on there. Right. So the week that Alan tried summarising in song started with our much anticipated after our 2-week break. The 2-2 draw, the Desmond 2-2 with Liverpool.
Yeah.
Let's put the starting line up in the ticker down there on the back there.
Yeah, he scored the winner in the 89th minute.
89th minute as well. Look at that.
Yeah.
Lady Luck waits to the last minute. Was it a winner?
Yes, yeah, 3-2.
Who was
I
that
have to
against?
check that one out.
Who was that against?
Against West Ham.
Against Wet
Oh.
Spam.
I was
Topical.
watching it in a pub down in Shepherd's Bush, I think.
Shepherd's
And,
Bush.
Yeah, that was highly amusing.
Did you get thumped?
No, there was a couple of other Spurs fans in there. There weren't any West Ham fans, from what I can remember. I think most of them QPR around there anyway. But
Yeah,
it was the first time I'd ever been in the pub. Everyone was really friendly. We had a great time.
Wrong side of London, weren't you? The opposite end, West End.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk about the Liverpool game then. We'll start off with you, Alan. Hugo and the defence against Liverpool.
They look so much. They're getting organised. They're getting organised and they're working harder. I mean, yeah, it's sloppy second goal, very sloppy second goal. But you know, Klopp forgot to mention they got a goal by the hand of God, because if Salah don't handball that, it don't go in the direction it went.
No, it hits his. If it hits his hip, it slides away out of danger,
For a goal
isn't it?
kick.
It's only because it hit his hand that it stayed in the danger area.
Yeah.
Bit of a stupid rule, isn't it?
Mhm.
And again, it's one that was changed probably after it. What bit us on the arse, wasn't it? In one of the previous games. Sean says, "Thank God for Hugo." Just in general, we could have that in every game, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Getting that contract.
Yes, that'd be nice.
A few years back, you were thinking, well, perhaps it is time for him to go. You know, his distributions, this and this, made the odd error here and there. This last season and a half, 2 seasons, he's been a godsend, isn't he?
That's about one of the only good things Mourinho's done for us, wasn't it? It's just said to Hugo, don't worry about passing it short, just hoon it up the pitch. No risks, low risks, takes it away from us. Get it away and let's reshape.
Although when we play a pressing team, that's the problem. We still are passing it too much round the back. It's like last night, you know, if he booted it upfield, they don't get their goal. They don't get the goal, do they?
It's risk and reward, though, isn't it? We've been getting some good reward from Dyer playing out recently. So it was a risky ball. Looking at it from there's a camera angle on it from behind it. It didn't look like there was a pass on to me. Someone who plays
was doing that.
Yeah, I play the same position as him, and there wasn't a pass there. I don't know what he was trying to do there. I think it looked like Kane was backing into his centre back, trying to pin his centre back. So maybe he's going for Kane, and there was a guy on the left as well. I don't know if it was Sonny or Stevie. Yeah, he did. It was a poor pass. I kind of switched off because we were saying we're riding our luck a bit here, because I had the 2 saves from Hugo, didn't they? From the led to the 2 corners.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're riding our luck. We sort of weathered that storm, and then he just gave him the goal. Anyway, that's for later on in the show, isn't it? That's the West Ham game. Let's have a look at the comments here. Yeah, I think you might be right there, Sean. Hugo will never pass the Dyer again. It was a stupid little pass, wasn't it? It's like a little 1-yarder.
Yeah.
Let's bring that up there. Let's put that in the old ticker. Jens, what did you make of the midfield 3 in the Liverpool game?
I was really impressed with Winks and Ali. I thought they looked back to their best. They were pressing, they were running with the ball. Tanguy, not so much. I mean, it was a great pass for the goal, but I don't really remember him doing anything else apart from that.
He was blowing after 23 minutes, wasn't he? I said to my brother-in-law, look at him. He's literally heavy breathing and hands on his haunches 23 minutes in.
It's such a crying shame, as I've said many times before. He's got all the talent in the world, just no application, just doesn't look like he can be bothered. And I think that's probably the worst signing since Rebrov.
Yeah. I mean, when I think back to Dembele, I mean, I remember seeing him on the debut year, and we played Norwich away, and he took 2 or 3 tough tackles pretty early, and you could see his face, and it was like, I don't think I should have come to England, and I don't think he's really done anything enough to deserve anything since. He's just It's a totally different league. We all look at these players. Yeah, we want to sign them because we watch their videos. They score these tremendous goals. I mean, not being funny, but you go back and look at Jensen. You go back and look at Jensen highlights reel when he was playing in Holland. Yeah, we'll have him. We'll have him. Although I must admit, I actually met his
Big Vinny.
Yeah, but I
The
met his
original
uncle.
Big Vincent. Yeah, what?
I met his
Jansen.
uncle, Jansen's uncle in Ibiza. Went out for a cigarette.
Some
got
fellow who
his-
duped you into
Yeah.
believing he was his uncle. You were buying him pints of, oh, this is
No,
Vincent
no,
Jansen's
no.
uncle.
No, it
Let's get him another round.
was all inclusive. Have a beer, mate. Have a beer. But no, he's apparently he's his uncle, and he got talking to me, and we kept in touch with email for a while, and apparently Jansen was suffering big time because his girlfriend, who he had been with since they were 14 or 15 years old, she didn't want to come over to England. She had a good job. She didn't want to lose it. And they split up. And
he's in fucking Mexico now, isn't he? He's going to get further away from bloody
Well, no, they split up. They split up for it.
Bloody women.
And he won't. It caused him problems. Yeah, women.
Dutch women, Jens?
Can't beat him, mate. Can't beat him.
Jens went the other way. He met a lovely Dutch woman who didn't want to leave her job in Holland, and he was such a good boy that he moved out there to support her in her endeavours, didn't you, Jens? And hello, Susie, if you can listen, if you can hear him right now. Oh dear. There was talk actually of when Conte first had Lukaku in Inter, that they discovered some problem he had with his stomach, like digesting foods, and that's why he couldn't, keep weight off, and he was very sluggish and slow. So there was hope that Conte and his team of nutritionalists and fitness guys might be able to find something similar with Tanguy, just to sort of put their finger on the fact that his motivation and energy doesn't seem to be there. But so far,
you got McDonald's around the corner from the training ground, didn't you? No,
yeah, Chick King over the road. Oh dear. I think we can all relate to that, Cody. Alan, you get the top two. H and Sonny against Liverpool.
Kane took his goal really well. Got one decent effort blocked. That one that come across from was it Seth's, crossed it to him.
Oh, right on half time, wasn't it? Yeah, he just
totally
kicked it into the ground. Yeah,
but we took, if we'd taken our chances, like I know we were talking about Kane and Sonny, but if Dele puts that ball that away,
yeah,
I don't think Liverpool come back, because I think they leave themselves too open, and then we just carry on taking them.
I've got that as a talking point. We could have won 9-1. Kane had 3. Had the one that Seth set him up with, the one that Dele set him up with. Dele himself had the shot that was tipped around. He had that chance where he went down for the penalty. Well, he just had to poke it home, didn't he? Sonny had a couple of good chances as well. Ben Davis marauded in at the end there into the area. He had a good chance as well.
Yeah. Sonny, I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's got over jet lag yet. He every time he comes back from South Korea, he sort of like seems to go missing for a bit, and he's not hurt. He's not Sonny, we know, is he? Really? I know he scored a goal, but
he's playing all right. But his final touch is just letting him down a few crucial areas, isn't it? Go on, yes.
He's always been like that, though, hasn't he? He always goes through a period in a season where he's not hitting the target enough, and so I'm not too worried at the moment. If it lasts for maybe another month, then I will get a bit worried. But I have to admit, I was wrong the other day about Harry. He seems to
really put an effort. Yeah, he really put an effort in, didn't he?
Yes.
They both. The whole. To be honest with you, apart from Tanguy, they weren't a player. I mean,
Romaire, right? Royale.
Let's be honest. When we see the team you see the team before the game, I was thinking, oh well,
I thought they're going to hit us for 5.
I thought, all right, perhaps he's going to play his strongest team on Wednesday but I'll tell you something, and the atmosphere in the ground means so much. I mean, Hello, Brian. The atmosphere in the ground means so much. You know what I mean? If you've got a quiet crowd, you don't get the lift. Our two best performances this year have been Man City at home and Liverpool at home, and last night in some senses. And that was because the crowd was electric.
It's
And
chicken and egg though. You got on the pitch, they've got to generate that enthusiasm in the crowd, haven't they? You can't just turn up and.
Yeah, but I mean, I hate Liverpool.
Yeah, I do.
They start off with that walk on every time they are at home, don't they? And it just seems to give them that lift straight from the start. Whereas we need something to get us working.
So. Yeah, slapping spammers on the high street. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that's funny. I've got
bad memories. Bad memories of West Ham. I have, mate. Bad memories.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Moving on. The red card incidences. That's the two. So in real time, I didn't think it was even a foul. I was jumping up out my seat, fuming because the referee had called it back because it looked like a perfectly good tackle. And as Harry said on his post-match interview, like it always looks worse when it's slowed down. But I didn't even think it was a foul in real time. What do you guys think of it?
I
think he was lucky.
Yeah,
I think he was lucky when I saw the replay. I thought that he could have quite easily got sent off for that. But it's, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? All these scousers going on about, oh, yeah, he could have died and he might not have been able to have children. And, he might be able to drive again. But it's almost exactly the same tackle as what Robertson did on Tanganga. Was it last season?
I think so, yeah.
And he only got a yellow card for it. So it's
and there's one they did last night as well in their game. That young lad just completely poleaxed someone. Then you don't hear them whinging on about that.
They won't talk about that, will they? But fucking Klopp again today. I swear that someone was quoting on Twitter earlier that he switched on Sky Sports and Klopp was ranting, and he went out, got on McDonald's, came back, and Klopp hadn't even breathed. So he's just the bloke is he's
a whinge,
a nutcase, absolute nutcase.
You have to show grace in victory and defeat, don't you? And he just shows no. I mean, there's an argument that you don't want to be a good loser, but you get the impression that it's Conte hasn't really bitten on it, so he knows he's already won the war there somewhat, because he out-tacticked, to use a Sam Allardyce phrase, he out-tacticked him, didn't he, in the game? Yeah. And we should have won, but for the poor finishing or the chances that we created and stuff.
I mean, it made me laugh about the what was it? Stats showed we played 54. Was it 54 long balls or something?
And they were 67.
They played 64. Oh, 67. Yeah. That's football. Sometimes you've got to, if you can see an opportunity there to take advantage of something, you do it.
Of course,
that's their tactic. They always play front to back really quickly. I noticed even going back 5 or 6 years, that's always been Liverpool's way. They just get it forward to the quick guys. Yeah. Even when what's his name was there, the one that bit people.
Suarez.
Oh, Suarez.
Yeah, they should get it forward to him as quick as possible, didn't they? Hit it into the channels, long passes. When they do it, it's long passes, but when everyone else does it, it's long ball. But
and yet our accuracy was even better than theirs. Better percentage of our long passes.
Yeah, they haven't got much of a ball. Their midfield isn't traditionally ball played, is it? They just kind of tend to bypass them. And the second one, the difference between the two challenges, as far as I can see, was the first one, Kane wasn't going to hurt the opponent. And the second one, Robertson was going to leave a bit on the opponent, wasn't he? That was the difference between the two. I think Kane was going for the ball.
He's the modern day Alan Hutton, that bloke. Of course, you never hear about it, but he's a dirty bar steward.
Yeah,
he's gosh.
And but. Of course, because he plays for the media darlings, nobody ever talks about it. It's full ferry across the Mersey and holding hands and shit like that.
Oh, exactly. There was no mention. There was no mention of the Winks challenge, was there? There was no mention, and really, it didn't show a lot of the Dele Alli one.
Last night, Jens, it would have made you laugh. So they were in the UK. They were showing our game, it was the live game, and Liverpool wasn't on telly. So Leicester went 2-0 up, just flashed it up on the screen, didn't show their goal. Leicester 1-0, Leicester 2-0. Liverpool scored to make it 2-1. They cut away to the Liverpool ground to show their goal. It's like, really? Didn't show. I don't think they showed. They showed the Madison goal, the third one.
Yeah, they showed the Madison one.
Yeah.
And then they showed the 2 Liverpool goals.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. They knocked Leicester out. It was 3-1 up against. They put out quite a young side, didn't they, Liverpool?
Yeah, they're bigger bottlers than us, aren't they? Leicester, they bottled the top 4 the last 2 years, haven't they? And a few other cup runs that they've thrown away when they're in a winning position. The penalty decisions. Then who wants to go first on that one? First of all, the Jota one, where the referee said that he was waiting for the contact, which I could see his point of view on that one. Actually, to be honest, first of all, when I saw the replay, I thought, "Oh Jesus, that's a penalty all day long." But then the longer the play went on, and it was obviously VAR hadn't given it, wasn't it? So I think we got a corner, and then the ref let us take the corner. So I was like, "How have we got away with that?" But then apparently the ref said to Klopp that he thought Jota was waiting for contact, and that's why he didn't give it. What did you think of that?
Well, and then Klopp turned around and says, "Why would he be standing there waiting for contact? You stand still to take a shot." Sorry, but I've seen players still running and hit a ball. They don't always stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was. To be honest with you, though, on first viewing, I thought, "Oh bloody hell, it's a penalty," because it's Liverpool. They're going to get a penalty. I was more shocked they didn't get a penalty than I.
Yeah.
As I say, if you're going to give a penalty for that, then you have to give the one for Winks for definite. The Dele one, it looks like Alexander's pushing him in the back, but you don't know how badly he's pushing him in the back.
Why didn't he just poke it home now, Alan?
Yeah.
He took it down. It was there just to poke it in, and he kind of looked for the guy, and then went down. It's like, poke it in, man, poke it in. That's the only thing that I would criticise him for during that game. I mean,
but that is so we all wanted the old Dele back, and that was Dele sort of like trying to take advantage of something, and it didn't work. But
what did you think of Winks' penalty shout then, Jens, when he got pushed over on the edge of the area?
I'm not sure I can recall that. I might have missed that. What exactly happened?
He got to a ball before
Matic literally jumped into him.
Yeah,
jumped into him. He literally jumped into his back. He was on the edge of the area. It must have had 1 foot on the line, and as he was taking the ball sort of away, he was taking the ball away from the goal, and then Matic just literally sort of jumped into him, into his hip, which was very, comes out of the category of Jotas, really.
The referee had a bad game, I think.
Yeah, it was equally bad for both teams, though.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because usually when you play Liverpool, they get all the decisions, and so I was quite surprised at the amount of decisions that we got. But still, he was poor, and I'm wondering if they'll pull him up on that. So obviously, Peter Walton was saying how wonderful he was, and he made all the correct decisions and stuff like that. But he always says that.
I think he was due to be the 4th official for Liverpool's next game, wasn't he? Or not their next one, the one after. So I don't know if he's been taken off of the panel yet. But can you imagine? They'll even it out and they'll give him a soft decision just to try and keep him happy. Speaking of that clown, his post-match press conference. Did you see him in the press conference afterwards? Going on about hand sanitizer and fucking idiot.
Apparently there was some at the door or something. Just, as I said, he's a complete lunatic.
I didn't see that.
Absolutely, yeah. He was moaning in the press conference because we'd had our games called off for COVID that there wasn't any hand sanitizer, and he was expected to move the chair himself without any hand sanitizer. Fucking clown, isn't he? But I think it's safe to say Conte got under his skin, didn't he? Have they had any history from when he was he in the country when Conte was at Chelsea?
I believe so.
Yeah, because he joined. Potts joined in the summer, and I think he joined like January time, didn't he? We were there for his first game. We drew 0-0 against Liverpool.
Be interesting to see if there was any history behind Klopp and Conte last time they were in the country. because they didn't seem to like each other much there, did they?
I'm sure there would have been. There's always a bit of needle between Chelsea and Liverpool, isn't there? So
Yeah.
Klopp don't like anyone, does he? Really? Klopp, unless he's winning, unless he's winning, Klopp don't like anyone. You know, I was actually ready for the excuse that if we beat them or got the result, and I'm surprised he didn't come out of it. Is well, you ever they did have 2 weeks rest, and we never, you know, we've been playing this and playing that, never 2 weeks rest.
But they've had 2 weeks of rhythm. You know, we're traditionally quite poor, aren't we, when we have a couple of weeks off?
Yeah,
we lose our match sharpness. Go on, Jens.
Some people don't have a lot of symptoms with COVID, but some people do have very bad symptoms. So how can you say that? How does he know that our players weren't laid up in bed?
Yeah,
bad cough, cold, snotty nose, you know, feeling like absolute shit. But yeah, that amen to that, Sean.
Yeah, isn't he just?
definitely.
And Scott, then we had all this for about an hour afterwards. The Sky Sports pundits. I don't know if you saw that over there, Jens. We had Redknapp and who do we have? Carragher going on and on and on about Harry Kane and the referee and ridiculous.
Although,
and then
one blessing was that Carragher wasn't the co-commentator. I mean,
it was Neville, wasn't it? But even he was quite bad.
How was it? That surprises me.
It's just that's another good thing that I was thinking about Harry Kane though, because you know after the summer fallout and some of the fans have kind of got that issue with him about what's happened and stuff, and Harry was struggling to get back his enthusiasm and love. I think it's a kind of a siege mentality getting at it after this week. The Sky and Liverpool and all the other fans, the Arsenal fans and Chelsea fans all going after Harry Kane again, and us defending him. It's kind of brought that unity back together again with Harry and the Tottenham fans, isn't it? Because we're all defending him again now, and he's like, we can criticise him, you can't, leave him alone, kind of thing. And I've got another ticker there. Day 5 after the game, and they're still going on. The Liverpool fans, I saw them going on today, but then again, they're still going on about that penalty incident from Lamella. Was that 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
You know, pray for Robbo. Justice for Robbo.
Yeah, so they'll be wearing t-shirts soon, won't they?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that guy that put the post on the Arsenal fan TV, like saying, "I'm going to support you guys"?
I see that. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's amazing those Norwegian teenagers get everywhere, don't they?
Who did you have on? Was it Steve Nichols, Sean? Because he's Liverpool and he talks out of his arse. Who did you have in Holland, Jens? Who was on the commentary? Was it Dutch or just English feed? Yeah.
No, it's the Dutch guy. I think he does most of the Premier League games. Well, a lot of them that I watch. But again, it was, you know, very, very pro Liverpool. But yeah.
Not good. So after that takes us on to last night's game. Let me just bring it up. Whoops. So after the feel-good factor of the Liverpool game, even though we drew, took us into last night's game. What did you think of the team lineup? I put that in the ticker on the bottom there. There's obviously a few changes from the previous game with the Doc coming in. Who else came in? This Skip and Højbjerg came back in, and then Stevie Bergwijn and Moura came in, didn't they, for Son? I think Winks dropped out, didn't he? Winks and Dele. I could see the logic behind it. Obviously, it was a London derby when it say. I guess Conte thought it was going to be a bit of a battle in there, so he put Skip and Højbjerg in to match the intensity in there, or to match it initially. I could see the thinking behind it.
Yeah.
Hello, Derek. Wingy Pool. Good answer there. Aaron's in the house as well.
You're all right, Aaron.
Slating the old bin dippers. Yeah, they'll never stay calm with us in the world, will they, Cody? A. They're good at their alphabet initially, and then they get a bit stuck on B, don't they? Oh dear.
Or nick your tyres.
Yeah, hubcaps.
Yeah. We'll get taken down. Regionalism, isn't it? We can get away with it. Regionalism. So, what did you make of the team lineup first of all? Then, Jens, were you happy when you saw that last night in London Derby and all?
Yeah, I think I was. I was a little bit surprised that he started Bergwijn. But yeah, it seemed to be a bit of a masterstroke, didn't it? So, I think overall, I didn't have any complaints.
He started a bit sloppy, Bergwijn, didn't he? He brought his recent form into the game. He had a few missed touches, and he didn't seem to be on the same wavelength as Harry and Moura, did he? And then that goal seemed to be a bit of a weight off his shoulders, wasn't it? And he sort of changed player after that with a little bit of skill for the second goal.
Yeah.
Alan, Hugo on fire again.
Oh yeah, he sort of look, he was plucking them out of it, weren't it, anywhere. West Ham. I thought a couple of times when that goal struck, not a goal, that Souček header straight after we scored. The minute that went off his head, I thought it was in. I really thought, oh well, that lasted long. I mean, I know we did concede pretty soon after, but
it seemed to wake him up, didn't it? The goal. They just completely come at us after that. They had those two chances that Hugo tipped over. Few sort of, and they kind of took it up a level, didn't they? And I said we need to ride this storm out here, and then I'll bring you in on the next point. The defence, Dyer, right on cue, following all that praise from Conte, saying he can make him one of the best centre backs in the world, and obviously he was at fault for the goal, last night. Jens?
Yeah, there's always a possibility with Dyer that there's going to be a brain fart, and that just,
It often comes after he's had some praise, though, doesn't it? I don't know if he gets too lackadaisical or cocky, or and he tries things he wouldn't normally do. But
I thought
luckily
apart from
got
that,
out of the way.
he didn't play too badly.
Considering that their threat is really aerial, isn't it? So him and Big Dave, and Davis want to cut the headers, didn't he, against Souček, the big lad?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I did a Scooby Doo. I was like, was that Davis? Like, won a big header against him, didn't he? Yeah. I was like, fair play. He's now an aerial Don as well.
Sanchez done well as well in the yesterday. I think he's done well. I
was saying to my brother, I was watching a coaching video the other day on something from my football team, and the coach, and this was at grassroots level, said it was when people are comfortable on the ball, it's to do with their body shape and their footwork. And I said to my brother last night, that's one thing which Dave struggles on it. When the ball's coming, he's not set in his footwork, and he's not set in his body shape to be comfortable, to react. He's always sort of at the wrong angle, or like off of 1 foot or something like that. And there was a couple of times last night where he just looked like Bambi on ice again, didn't he?
You know what Tommy calls him?
Go on.
MC Hammer. Because he says he's always lying on the floor flailing his legs around.
He panics on the ball, doesn't he? He's good when he's attacking the ball and being aggressive defensively, isn't he? But when he's got time on the board and he's kind of, it's like a hot potato, and he has to get rid of it as quick as possible, doesn't he? And he ends up making it.
Giving it to someone who's in trouble.
That's a bit harsh, Derek. One swallow doesn't make a summer. He's been doing well this season. He recovered well. That's also the sign of a good player, isn't it, Derek? That he didn't let it get to him last night, and he recovered and put it behind him quickly, and didn't make a second error to compound it.
Yeah.
And I will give this one to you, Alan. The return of Skippy and Højbjerg, presumably to match the combativeness of a derby game. Do you think that's the right choice, or would you have stuck with Winks, Dele, and Tango?
No. To be honest with you, as I said on an earlier comment, I thought he was going to be playing a stronger squad against Liverpool. So it just made me think he was going to play him on Wednesday against Philip. Yeah. And I can't remember where I see it, a comment about the second half, he actually got us to sit back and defend a bit stronger, because to try and get some of the strength back from the COVID. He said there's still a lot of players out there that are suffering with it.
Yeah. Keep the energy in reserve.
Yeah. Højbjerg looks a bit sloppy in some places last night.
First half, I didn't think he was good.
But
Skippy was immense, I thought.
But he was he give him credit. It was him that got us in front, really. Yeah, great movement from Bergwijn, but he won the ball.
It did make me laugh when he got fouled in the first half, and you could see him looking for who'd done it. Like Højbjerg is like on the floor, one is like,
yeah,
he spotted who it was. He's like, yeah, right, I'm going to get you in a minute. Yeah, good little run to set up the first goal. The second goal, I thought West Ham's left back. I thought Stevie showed too much of the ball to him, and I thought, he's just going to clear this, and he kind of just didn't go for the ball, did he? And Stevie was through him to set up the goal. It was good little footwork at the beginning.
Ran outside in a huff after they equalised, and I missed the second goal.
It's quite funny there from Sean. I'm surprised Derek hasn't ever torn his ACL from his knee-jerk reactions. Dear.
Oh dear, it's all kicking off in the comments.
Quick, Alan, sing Louis Armstrong again. Distract him.
No. I'm not in the mood. Sorry. The vocals. I need something for the vocals.
So, what did you make of Stevie's performance then? The front three, then Stevie, Moore, and Kane. How did they do?
Yeah, Stevie, I thought played well. I was surprised they took him off. I thought Moore played well again. Sorry, Scott. And Kane was okay. I don't think he pulled up that many trees, but But overall, I was very happy with the first half performance. Second half, I thought we sat back and let them come on to us too much. And now you've got all these jelly deal eating Barra boys going, oh yeah, we should be massive. We should have beaten you. Look, we were a much better team. Yeah, fucking hell. Did I tell you that my dad used to drive Reggie Cray?
No, that leads me seamlessly onto the next talking point then there, Jens. No noise from the Pikey boys today. No noise from the Pikey boys. No noise. Did your mate who was always commenting on your Facebook, did he pipe up last night? Or is he? Yeah, is he?
Neil Ford, yeah, he did. He piped up, and I replied to him in capital letters, massive.
I see that.
Have you heard from any of your West Ham friends today, Alan?
To be honest with you, both of mine used to be in the two I knew used to be in the taxi game. So, and I lost contact with one of them, like near enough after I left. And the other
I thought you were going to say they're dead.
No. I lost contact. To be honest with you, he might be one of them because, as I say, I know him or his wife got the COVID when it was in the early one, like one of the first ones that come out. So I knew he was ill with that. But we lost contact once I chucked my old number away for the taxi because I got so fed up. I got so fed up of getting calls. Like I thought, well, there's no point having this number.
Mike Cockstrong and stuff like that on your phone. They're winding you up like The Simpsons.
It's just can I have a taxi? Can I have a taxi? Can I have a taxi? And I'll say, I stopped working a year ago. In the end, I thought, not guilty.
Is that your one, was it?
What you done to her, Jens? Come on, what you done to her?
He's upsetting children since 1980.
Sorry, there was just a massive firework outside, which she's not really asleep.
Right.
So.
Oh, right.
What are they setting off fireworks for Christmas?
Yes, it's a big thing over here. It used to be New Year. They'd always have fireworks, but they made them illegal now. I can remember one year, I think it was about when she was 1 and a bit. It was like a bad day in Bosnia. On our estate, it was unbelievable. And these things were exploding constantly till about 2 o'clock in the morning. She went to sleep at, I think, 10 and slept straight through it. But, yeah.
Did any of you boys see in the news about that 90 million hoist they got from drugs in Dover? Or not sorry, Dover, in Kent, in Isle of Sheppey.
Is it your old mate Ben Dover, was it?
Well, apparently, one of them people that were involved in that actually lives over the back of me, and he is, had a lot of hassle with him in the sense of noise and everything. So we looked at it and we said, well, we won't be getting no fireworks this year. Every Christmas and New Year, it's fireworks.
Okay.
So annoying.
Yeah. Can't be good if you've got a dog as well. They don't like them, do they?
No.
Did you, after Cody's comment about the guy getting sparked out on the Seven Sisters Road, did you see that tweet? And I sent it to our group, Cody. A West Ham fan had put, well done, like, to Spurs, wins the trophy parade down the Seven Sisters Road. And a Spurs fan had obviously replied something along the lines of, we'll have to clear all your boys up off the road first because they're all still sparko.
Because he's still asleep, yeah.
Still sleeping in the middle of the road, yeah.
Well, the bloke who tweeted that, I actually replied to him and I went, something you've never seen.
It's been a while.
I find it amazing, that they're always going on about our lack of trophies.
Yeah.
We've won 5 trophies since they last won one?
They've won 4 in their history.
Our whole history, yeah.
Yeah, I just find it amazing that they are so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They're they have one good half season and now they're massive. They're big and Tottenham. If we win all our games in hand, we're still above them.
Yeah.
The best West
and we're having a bad
season.
season. And we've had a bad season.
Yeah.
And obviously the draw after the game, we put one of our Cockney banter mates to the sword, and we've got Chelsea, haven't we, next? The return of King Conte to Stamford Bridge. He's going to be liking that, and he could see him going, bring it on, motherfuckers. He sued him and won, didn't he? So he's got no love lost with Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think half the reason he came back and took the Tottenham job was to teach them a lesson, wasn't it? So he's got an early opportunity to go back there and put him to the sword early on. I was thinking yesterday, what if we were to win it this year? What a way to win it! Beating Wet Spam in the quarters, Chelsea in the semi-final, and then Arsenal in the final. If Carlsberg did trophy wins, that'd be the way to end our trophy drought, wouldn't it? Beating those 3 mugs along the way, shut them all up.
That would be nice.
It would be fucking lovely, wouldn't it?
Although I can't see Arsenal getting past Liverpool. I really can't.
It depends what team he picks, doesn't it? If he picks his kids again or whatever, his mixture of kids. And last night, it's amazing. We were picking all the guys that were going to miss the penalties as well. Like Minamino, he said he's useless. He's a bottle job. He can't handle the pressure of playing for Liverpool. He'll miss. Skied it over. Who's the other guy that missed Liverpool? I called that one as well.
No, there's only one. There's only one that missed. There's 2 for Leicester and 1 for Liverpool.
To be fair, I was saying that they're all going to miss. He's shit. He'll miss. I fucking can't stand him. He'll miss.
God, I hate penalty shootouts.
Great minds think alike, Cody. Great minds think alike. Great beards think alike. Right. Moving on. What did you make, Jens, of the decision from UEFA to bin us out of the Conference League? What were your initial thoughts when you heard that?
Yeah, I'm not happy. I think they were very quick to do that. What's going on with, Ren basically being pig-headed arsewipes and saying, oh, can we play on this day? No. What about this day? No.
No, yeah.
I fart in your general direction.
We are on winter break.
Your father is a horse and your mother smells of elderberries. And I'm kind of upset as well because it's not as if we've got trophies coming out our backside over the last few years, is it? And I want to try and win every single competition. Now, I know we've had we didn't have a great lot of group games, but if we'd beaten Rennes, because Rennes probably would have played a weak team, then we would have gone through, and then we had as good a chance as anyone.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, it gave Conte more time on the training pitch with players. So, and I think that's kind of shown.
which is boiled piss all around the rest of the UK and all the other
Exactly.
teams, isn't it?
Yeah. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're
Everyone's
becoming
coming for us.
we're
Yeah,
becoming
at the moment,
Millwall, aren't we?
Oh, we've been that for a few.
us. We don't care.
We've been like that for a few years, haven't we? Really?
Yeah.
That's true.
Alan, what did you make of the decision? Were you surprised?
Yeah, I thought it was very harsh. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, if they have a rule, how can they bring that rule in? Every game's got to be played by the 31st.
Yeah. They made, to be honest, Alan, they made Benfica play a fixture with 8 men earlier this season. So if we had
Really?
8 fit pros and we didn't play the game, I had a feeling they'd chuck us out. So I think Tottenham must have known that as well. They must have thought it's the easiest low blow option of getting out of the competition without losing to a shit team, or getting knocked out in the semi-final, or maybe it's the best way to bow out gracefully.
Do you think that Levy's going to take this line down?
Almura will just go for the money, won't he? He doesn't give a shit about getting us back in the competition. He'll be like suing them for loss of revenue and stuff like that. I think that's why Conte put him on notice a bit in his press conference, didn't he? Say, we're looking at other routes and other avenues open to us, and someone mentioned the court route, and he said, yeah. So I think obviously Levy's tearing him up for a court case to sue him. I think he also alluded to the fact that there might have been personal reasons behind the fact that we were chucked out, which I read to mean, we're part of the European Super League, weren't we? So I think they got the needle with us about that, haven't they? So they're quite happy to throw us out at the first possible opportunity. That we gave them an excuse to do it, didn't we? And they took full advantage of it. I think it'll be a good. It will be a good thing. It's like we've got to be like water, and we've got to move with the flow. So we're out of that competition now. We've got to take the best possible options and the advantages out of it, haven't we? So next talking point, we'll start with you, Alan. How the hell did Klopp get away with his criticism of the ref after Pochettino a couple of years ago and Mike Dean, they threw the book at him, didn't they? Gave him a fine and a ban and all kinds. And
I mean, with Poch, that was a little bit more aggressive in the sense of the way it happened, the way it was happening.
Yeah,
it seemed a lot more aggressive. But the only way he gets away with it is if the referee don't report him. If the ref, even though the whole world's heard his comment to him, if the ref hasn't reported him for it, he gets away. He walks away from it.
It's ridiculous. It wasn't him saying you had a poor game. Period. It was like you've got a problem with me personally.
You've got a problem with me personally.
It's always you. You got something wrong with it. You can't do that.
Thought, well, yeah, you can't do that. And I'm thinking, well, hold on a minute. If he's got something against you, then why didn't we get one of our 2 penalty chances? Why didn't you give? Why did the Salah goal count? Or the handball to Salah's goal? So it's bullshit. At the end of the day, I think the referee let him off himself.
You think it's a ref?
Yeah.
Jens, what did you think of that? After a bit hypocritical after what they did to Poch years ago, wasn't it?
It's pathetic. It just goes to show how much the Scousers are favoured by everybody, but yet they're still the biggest victims on this planet. Just yeah.
And after whinging all week about his fixture pile up, they've given him the Boxing Day game off now as well, haven't they? After coming out and saying they expect all the games to be played.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Liverpool game's off.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Not been funny, but what would he have been like in the old days? Can you imagine? Do you remember? Do either of you boys remember what it used to be like at Easter time? The Easter schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember
the squads weren't as big either, were they, Adam?
Yeah.
They had 13,
I can remember seeing
players.
us play. I can remember seeing us play on the Friday. Then we played somewhere else on the Sunday, and then we played on the Monday. Like 3 games in. Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to play Good Friday. They used to play Good Friday. They used to play the Saturday as normal, and then they'd play Bank Holiday Monday. But since they brought the international breaks in, there ain't no Easter program anymore.
Also, Pep's barged in, stuck his tuppence in as well, saying that he can see a situation where the players go on strike if they don't lessen their workload, and their welfare needs to be taken into consideration. You had Jordan Henderson over here as well. Jens on Sky saying the players' welfare needs to be taken into consideration.
They're trying to.
I
hit
heard that on
five
5
subs,
Live,
aren't
but
they?
I needed a translator.
They're trying to hit for 5 subs, I think. Go back to 2005.
Yeah. So they get that advantage back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pep, our next talking point, he's had another pop at us today, didn't he? I don't know if you saw in his press
yeah.
conference. He said it was to do with one of their squad players leaving. Basically, not even somebody's not even in their team around. Yeah. We are not a club like others. When players want to leave and the owner says stay, if they want to leave because they feel they will be happy in another place, they can go. Completely different situation. He's not their star player, is he? He's like a squad player. He's not even playing at the moment.
He's
Such
a squad
fucking
player,
idiot.
and Barcelona have offered what they want.
Yeah, complete
If
difference
Man
there.
City had offered us what we wanted for Kane, then Kane would have been playing for him this year.
But I saw someone posted up an article from the Mail or something a little while ago saying that Eric Garcia, the defender, was being denied a move and he was angry. So again, he's just talking out of his backside.
Oh.
It's just amazing that these people have no self-awareness. They slag other people off for doing something, and yet they've done it before as well.
Have you seen Simon Jordan had his take? He's quite good, isn't he? Yeah, he had his take on that threat about the players going on strike. He was going fucking mad, wasn't he? All the money they earn and stuff, and all they've got to do is play a game of football, and they're fucking going on strike when all the things are going on in the world at the moment. He proper went off on one, which is fucking too right as well.
I'm not being funny, but with Man City's squad, they've got 2 first-class
advantage.
11.
Yeah.
I think their only weakness in their second 11 would be their goalkeeper compared to what Edison is. You know, it's.
Who is their backup goalie? They normally have an Englishman, don't they, to fill their quota?
No.
Carlson.
There you go.
No, Carlson is their third one. I've forgotten his name. Stefan. Is it Stefan or something?
Oh yes, yeah.
Steve to you, Alan.
Yeah, the American guy. Yeah.
Jesus, the Premier League workload isn't lessened and their welfare isn't taken into consideration. Fucking playing football, for Christ's sake. Not going to war, are they? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're just prima donnas.
Sean's coming through.
Amazing.
Zach Steffren. He's American, apparently. Did you see Will Stewart's claim to Cody last night that if Americans decided to take football seriously, they'd win 3 out of every 5 World Cups? If you get a chance, folks, look at Cody's feed on Twitter. He's put a link to Will's comment last night, and Cody's comment at the end. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's just priceless.
Is Cody still with us?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me who's watching.
Oh, he's actually working.
He might be at work. Yeah, he might have split up for Christmas by now.
Yeah.
He hates Christmas.
Yeah, that's taken us to the quiz time.
That's quick.
Sean says that's why I've blocked.
No comment.
No comment. Yeah, you might be watching. Hi, Will. Hi, Katie. Hi, Sean. So this week's quiz, I can only do one subject, Jens. Are you ready?
Yeah, go on.
West
Ham. Is it just
Ham.
me, or is it me against Alan?
It's just you answering questions on West Ham to educate the viewers. Right.
I might try to help you out a few.
Yeah, you can help out as
Cheers,
well. Are you ready? Question 1. Can you name 10 trophies that West Ham have won in their history?
No. Is there only one 4?
Correct answer. 1 out of 1. Question 2. How many league titles have West Ham won since they were formed in 1895?
Top division?
Yep.
None.
Correct answer. He's on fire.
Let me in.
You're on fire. Yeah, you're not even giving
pie and mash for dinner tonight, mate.
100%. Question 3. After last night's defeat, how many times have West Ham won the League Cup since they were formed in 1895?
None.
Correct answer. 3 out of 3. 100%. Oh, brilliant! You're on fire tonight, Jens. You're reclaiming
know more about West Ham than I do
You're
Tottenham.
placing the top of the table there. Right. Question 4. Do you think a football club that was formed in 1895 should own their own football stadium by now?
Yes.
Correct answer. The taxpayers, of course, own the Athletics Bowl that they currently play, and they only lease it to them, so they haven't even got their own stadium after being in business since 1895.
Unbelievable.
Question 5. West Ham famously call themselves the Irons, but what other group of similar fun-loving males are also referred to as Irons?
Homosexuals.
Correct answer. You've done it again. You're on fire, son. Obviously, for our American viewers, Cockney rhyming slang for homosexuals in the UK is irons. From the footwear used on horses, iron hoofs. If you replace the H for a P, I don't want to say it, but we're off air.
I didn't want to come on the show anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go to bed.
This has been the Shelf Side Spurs. We're not going to be taken off of air for homosexual comments. Question 6. Let's move swiftly on. Which song have West Ham fans traditionally adopted in reverence to Michael Jackson for performing a sex act on his pet monkey?
I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Correct answer! You're on fucking fire, mate. 100%. Flying. Fucking hell, Jens.
Rez is missing his best quiz ever.
Let's get you on the West Ham channels, mate. Question 7. West Ham are massive. Did you know that?
Yes.
Correct answer. Fucking hell, mate. You're on fucking form tonight. Jesus Christ. Can he keep it going for all the way? For 10 questions, can you keep it going? Question 8. As the West Ham way has failed them so miserably throughout their history, what should their actual new motto be? Can you boys think of a new motto for West Ham?
Tried and failed.
Alan?
Losers.
That's not a bad one, actually, to be fair. The Dildo Brothers Losers FC. Question 9. Did West Ham qualify for the semi-finals of the 2021-22 League Cup?
No.
Correct answer. You're on fire. 9 out of 9, mate. 9 out of 9. Can you dot the I's and cross the T's?
I better give him an easy one. This
is an easy one. An easy one coming up. Question 10. Whereabouts do Wet Spam get battered? Is it everywhere they go, Seven Sisters Road, or White Hart Lane?
Everywhere they go. And Seven Sisters Road and White Hart Lane.
All of the above, yeah. After all their little crappy songs, and they had to go down Seven Sisters Road with their tail between their legs.
Yeah.
Did you see some of the good ones? To dare is to lose.
Did you see what they did to the Brewers as well?
Didn't they throw a firework in or something?
No,
I think. And then
they painted it, didn't they?
They painted it 3 o'clock in the morning or something.
That was the night before.
Repainted it, did they?
That was the night before the game or something.
It was the morning before the game, 3 o'clock.
What, claret and blue?
Proper hooligans, that lot.
Yeah.
Breaking in and repainting a pub. That will teach you. Bit of marigold. Fucking painters and decorators wherever they go. So after that bit of fun at West Ham's expense, Palace on Boxing Day. What do we think? What kind of team are you expecting to see, and score predictions?
I've already told you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
COVID's hit. Apparently, COVID's hit Palace, so there's a good chance we won't be playing them anyway. But if we do play, I won't be shocked to see Bergwijn swap for Sonny, and possibly even more for Delhi. And it'd be the same team that started last night. Other than that. Sorry. I think Royale will start at the back. I don't think he'll put Doherty on too much.
I don't think he had a great game against Liverpool Royale, did he? But Doherty did all right last night, but didn't.
I I can remember saying to myself, well played, Doherty, twice within sort of 30 seconds, and then thinking, hang on a minute, I don't remember ever saying that before. Because he made a good tackle and then a decent block. But apart from that, I thought he did absolutely F all.
He had a couple of good crosses, little good cutbacks. You know, he got into good areas and cut the ball back. Then he onto the sort of penalty spot on the edge of the area, but didn't go to anyone.
My dislike for him made me blind. But,
do you think Royale will stay in?
I think it'd be the possibly might even be Cess at the back. Although he's Cess injured.
He's injured. He's
10 days, wasn't it?
10 days to 2 weeks. He's pulled another muscle, hasn't he? I guess that's just because he hasn't been playing for so long, in high intensity. It's a shame, isn't it? He did really well.
Hugo, your best mate. Dyer.
Who's that? Davis.
Yeah.
Davis or Sanchez.
Davies.
Gentle Ben.
Yeah. You'll have Royale and Reggie. I think I won't be shocked if it's Ali, Højbjerg and Skip, and then it'd be Kane and Son up top.
You drop in Winks, after his masterclass the other day. I thought he got us ticking. I mean, against Liverpool, back to the wall, and he played well. I mean, last night we should have dominated possession a bit more, but it was a London derby. But again, Palace is another London derby, isn't it?
His first 5-10 minutes, he done okay last night against West Ham, but then all of a sudden he started making those silly little errors and niggly tackles. Yeah. But I think Skip's done. Skip's performed since the what was it against Leeds? Skip since was it Leeds game? Or was he injured? No, he was out.
One of the games he was suspended, wasn't he? He had a 1-game suspension.
He played again. Well, he had Norwich and Brentford. He played superbly. He had 2 good games there, and I'm sure. I think he played quite well last night. He didn't do anything wrong, and so I think we go strong. But that's if Palace decide that they can play, because just what I heard.
But they've been told to grow up a pair of bollocks by the Premier League, haven't they? They've adopted a similar stance to UEFA. If you've got 13 fit professionals on your books, you have to play the games from now on. I think they'll let them get away with one because the other clubs have. Just to be fair, they've let the other clubs postpone a game. But I don't know if Palace have Palace postponed the game yet. I don't think they have they?
I don't know.
I think so.
But again, everyone will just get salty and bitter about us having another week off, won't they? And they'll think it's us. Playing the
trouble is we're going to struggle at the end of it because we've got to fit all these games in.
Exactly. That's
the only thing about the Europa, being kicked out of the Europa, is at least we'll be able to find a night to fit in these games now. If we'd been in that and that to fit these fixtures in.
Who were Liverpool due to play their game that's been called off?
Leeds.
So Leeds have got plenty of other time to play a game, haven't they? Liverpool not necessarily as much. But Leeds have been good boys, haven't they? They played their last 2 games when they've been hit by injuries and illness, so they might be being fair as fair. We'll shut Klopp up and we'll give Leeds a week off. So I don't know. Sean says the EFL don't want to put on poor products. Well, they show Arsenal every other week. Boom, boom. I don't know. It makes for more interesting games, doesn't it? When you haven't got
the first team
missing a few squad players playing. Look at us the other day. We did have our first choice midfield, and we put on probably one of the games of the season against Liverpool, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, they never had a full team out. They never had a full team out when they got battered 7-0 by Man City. But that game they played afterwards, where they got beaten, was it 4-0?
Arsenal, it was Arsenal, unfortunately. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch the game, but the bits I saw of it was literally they were back to the wall, and then when you looked at their team.
No, they kept making errors again, Alan. It was their own fault. They were trying. You know how Leeds play. They're wide open. Everyone bombing forward, and they were just playing crap passes, which were getting intercepted, and then they were all forward and just left the defender to deal with it. So they just kept getting picked off on the counter attack by playing crap passes. They did have a lot of players missing, but it was a lot of the goals were their own faults again. But he doesn't play any differently, does he? That lad, he just plays the same way.
Yeah. Anyway,
No
I'll
plan
go
B.
for 3-1. I'll go for 3-1 score if we play.
Who are the goal scorers then, Alan?
I think Kane's going to get a double, and then Sonny in the second half, and then
Jens, the big man.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I'd say 3-1 as well. Sonny, Kane, and Mora. Line will be Lloris, Royale with cheese, Dyer, Sanchez, Davies, Reggie. I think it'll be Winks, Skip, and Højbjerg in the middle, and then Sonny and Kane up top.
You're playing Winks, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he deserves to play, doesn't he, after last week?
Yeah, and I also think, I don't think it'd be good, he's just come back and he's playing well. And then if you go and drop him for a game, I think he's quite, he's a bit sensitive, and I think he needs an arm around him. And for playing well 2 games in a row and then getting dropped, I don't think that'll go down particularly well with him.
Sean's made a good point. Reggie's obviously still recovering from his injury. He doesn't think
Okay.
if he had to play games in a quick turnaround, so maybe Doherty at left wing back, like he plays there for Ireland, doesn't he? Might play him again. It's not the end of the world. I wouldn't be that worried if I saw that. Unless he's not going to move Davis out, is he? We haven't got any other centre backs.
No,
so.
I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah.
Unless he puts Tanganga in there. But
Yeah,
I don't want to see Davis. I don't want to see Davis out there because, to be honest with you, Davis is having a pretty good season this so far.
Yeah.
I mean, weird thing is, we played them twice now at home, haven't we, Palace, in the new stadium? We beat them 2-0 and 4-0. Or have we played them 3? I can't remember. And one person that I can't remember doing anything at our ground, and which is one of the reasons why I weren't bothered about signing him, was Zaha. I can never really say I've seen him do any damage to us when he's played, apart from falling over and asking for a free kick.
That's a good point, actually, Alan, because Royale played him really well last time, didn't he? So I think Royale will play. He handled him on his debut, didn't he? Played really well against him. Got past him a few times, but he did handle him. He kept him quiet, didn't he? So I think Royale will play. Yeah, and as Sean said, maybe the Doc on left wing back. He did it right in one of the Europa games there as well, didn't he? But so maybe all will be revealed. He is rotating the squad a bit at the moment. So in closing, we should. Has anyone got a milk carton so we can put a little missing person res on the side? Milk carton. Have you seen this man?
Did you not see his message?
No, I haven't. Has anyone seen Res? Where is he?
He was prepping for his Christmas dinner, but then he was going on to the Tottenham away quiz. So he already arranged to do that. So.
He's in quiz mode, is he?
Yeah.
He beat you last week, didn't he? Yeah. He beat you last week. So he's got some big boots. Yeah, you're 100%, aren't you? After the West Ham quiz tonight, I'll have to clip that one together and make you. I don't know who's going to be more popular with the West Ham fans, you or me. If I clip that and put it on YouTube. Hello, West Ham fans. So in closing, I think it would only be fitting of us if we should all just wave to our West Ham supporting friends. Hello.
Delhi wave.
Hello. Yeah. How's the Delhi wave? Yeah. Hello, West Ham fans.